So when occultists say figure it out, why they're laughing at the rest of you, okay, they say figure it out. This isn't rocket science here. This isn't brain surgery. This isn't being the top martial artist ever here. The Greeks tend to be short and kind of stubby, right, compared to the Egyptians. Now, some of the Egyptians were short and skinnier, kind of like a skinnier version of Mayweather back when he was skinnier, okay, and a less kind of modern gym body. And some of them were taller and skinny. And the tall ones were, for the most part, the kings of them were seen as the gods. And this must be a result of breeding cycles. Because if you're trying to create the master martial arts style, you make someone who is coordinated and taller. There's no way around it, right? Hawks strike down, right? Falcons strike down, okay? They don't so much strike up, okay? They gain the high ground, strike down. Now, just because someone's shorter and they're not related to the top martial arts ever, doesn't mean they should start crying and throwing a fit. I often make the example of, I'm not God, I was not born with wings, literally, okay? And so should I start crying about it? You need to accept who you are. It takes a sniveling coward to reinvent themselves. Say, in that case, no, I'm Mega Man, right? It's stupid. I actually am Haru. You look at the Narmer palette before they edit my videos and so on and so forth, you know, and Narmer did not have pink lips and all this. He didn't wear makeup and act like a sissy. This is a martial artist, okay? He wanted people to see him for who he is. Makeup is for people making things up, okay? If you're actually Horus, you want them to see your face. It is these sissies that edit my videos and change my voice and fume and poison me. Because I'm the hero, and they're a bunch of people who are trying to elevate bitches over the idea of being a hero. Okay, we can go through the groups. Okay, police officers are not more heroic than I am. That's fucking insane. They enforce a corrupt law of the land when they're in a Judeo-Christian culture where it says Satan is the god of this world. In Acts, they say, is it right to obey God or men? How much more clear-cut it when those men obey this world when Satan is the god of this world? Okay? How can you be better than someone, which has to do with being good? How can you be more good-looking than someone? You're just an evil person trying to look good. You may as well be wearing makeup and a thong because you're making up who you are because you're not man enough to accept who you are and say, I'm a man, 10 toes down, this is who I am. Am I being harsh? Lying lips detest the ones that they mislead. The righteous person says, this is the deal. Whatever kind of awkwardness you viewers think would occur if we talked in the street, you need to get that out of your head. This is far too important. I'm one of the easiest people to talk to in the world, especially if you say directly with sincerity that you intend to serve God through me. And we'll figure it out. But people decided that they want to go to be evil. The Nazis in Nazi Germany decided that they were going to roll with Hitler's agenda. The communists in communist Russia decided they want to roll with the communist agenda. The racists during the slave trade and Native American genocide. Functionalism has proven itself to be an evil and failed philosophy. Evil dominates the hearts of people in this world, except for me and my parents are blameless. That's the situation. So when people say, hey, that's not how it works, they're saying that's not what the devil wants. Saying we have a job to do, saying you have the devil's job to do. We say we want you to fall in line, you're saying we want you to fall in line with the devil's order. His orders and his order. They talk about their cultural value. Whose cultural values? God's or the devil's? The devil is a punk-ass, sniveling, bitch-ass motherfucker. A Nero-like ninny. He just makes things up and plays psychology games. When life is about manning up. Think very carefully. How could I be wrong? The Bible says Nimrod is a mighty hunter before the Lord, a mighty warrior for the Lord. There's not much else in the Bible about Nimrod. There's nothing there condemns him. But there was all kinds of rabbis and other liars and pagans saying, no, he's a bad guy. We'll write that in there so people don't think of Cush as a righteous person. When they see Isaiah's prophecy against Cush, they assume that they were talking about all black people that ever was or something, or that are left. That are left in the sense that they cling on to their culture. Who they are is a kingdom of this world, right? The nations go down to the realm of the dead. The wicked go down the realm of the dead, all the nations who forget God. And Cush is one of them. But the heart of Cush, just like Ham begot many people, and one of them was Cush. And Cush begot Nimrod. So Nimrod was a mighty hunter before the Lord, and Cush begot Nimrod. And Nimrod, his name starts with an N. Just like Narmer, you got the N-I. In Nigeria, you got the N-I. Now, believe it or not, this wordplay is actually connected. Write down Narmer, write down Nimrod, write down Nigeria. Now, if you're a racist, you say the N-word, and you say the I, like your eye, what you see, okay? How you see things, A. So the alpha of the black, the Lord of the black, is in Nigeria. And as they try to kill this spiritual culture, the Avenger is born. But where? So in a sense, explaining it like a pagan would, or like a non-biased historian, and not like a pagan Egyptian. Not like a pagan Egyptian. Not like a lying. There was a bunch of cult centers in philosophy. Egypt was like America. America's called the New Egypt. Here I am telling the truth, and there's a bunch of people lying from different philosophies and cultures. They're all scum. But I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the hero of God, the champion of his views. See, Ham, Pi, on. Israel, Israel. Abraham, Abraham. Before Abraham, I was championing God's view. Goliath was the champion of the Philistines, and he wanted single combat, which you might describe as martial combat. And of course, in the Western wordplay, Mars is a god of war, and martial arts are war arts. Now, it's natural war arts when it's war arts of God. It's unnatural if it's of the devil or it's wicked, or both. Nimrod. I'm Rod. Narmer. Arm, ear, the mighty arm of God. Not relying on the flesh, but make no mistake, conveying the warrior spirit through martial arts. Not unnatural modern warfare. Not drone striking for the state. Not gunning people down for the state as a gangster, as a militia guy, as a military police, you name it. Not setting people up to be drugged and turned into criminals and then gunning them down when they invade your house. You're no better than the guy invading your house because you're trying to invade my house, which is the planet. I'm the air. When you gun down intruders, don't you deserve to be gunned down? As you judge, don't you deserve to be judged? Cush begot Nimrod. Nigeria begot my father, who was a mighty moral man before the Lord. And my father begot me, so in a sense, Nigeria, in a sense, Cush begot Chukwuemeka, who was a mighty warrior before the Lord, before Abraham and David. I am the King of Kings, and it's subtly there in the Bible. Another version of it is the first heroic man, the first and the last, and the first shall be last. And the first mighty warrior before the Lord will be the heavenly warrior that destroys the beast. So God, in this sense, listen carefully, in this sense, Jesus is God, because it's how they wrote the Bible to be confusing. Bible, babble. In this sense, God used me, which is the horse. But my soul is the King of Kings. And God is the King of the King of Kings. Is God, the source of my spiritual power that no man can take away from me, no matter how much they drug me. I am the entranceway into God. And any woman that refuses my affections, which my heart is the stream of water God channels to whomever he pleases, has insulted God on a profound level. And I sentence them to extreme, eternal punishment. This goes beyond your pathetic feminist conceptions, your pathetic conservative conceptions. This is true and pure justice from God. And what is your counter-argument? You rejected me for a woman, for a little boy, a teacher having sex with a little kid perhaps. You rejected me for a Rothschild or a corporate dog, a corporate CEO psychopath. Who would you reject me for? Your petty emotions. That's sick. That's sick. For the ninnies you date, some sorority, some fraternity punk, some Freemason? What exactly would you attractive women not communicate complete loyalty to me for? For the game that you're playing in a life that is short. Time flies by when you're having fun. Life is short and life is a bitch. Why become one with that worldly life that's a bitch and be a bitch? Bit C. When God created Nigeria to give him the last King of Kings, vessel, person, soul. To begot my father, the most moral brain surgeon that ever lived. Through that line, that covenant of righteousness and justice, he begot Chukwu Emeka, the mightiest martial artist that ever lived and ever will, because I know for sure, because tech, breeding, and ill-gotten gains, and me not having a child, generational rebellion and cheating, means no martial arts is valid after I'm gone, and the other ones didn't evolve enough to compete with me, and they didn't have my heart. And the rest of these people on the planet accepted the mark, the boundaries of rebelling against me. God's representative. They were the marks. They didn't have my heart. They turned against God like their forefathers did. I am Chukwu Emeka, the top martial artist ever. Chukwu Haru is how I refer to myself. Chukwu the hero. God has done something great. He has made a hero, is what my name means. The hero, son of God, the king, essence, heart, soul, center of righteousness on this earth. From God through the gate, the gate of righteousness. Babylon is said to be the gateway of God. When? The gate of the pagan gods after Babylon the Great has fallen. The gateway to God. When Nimrod was a gate, a mighty warrior in the presence of the Lord, and therefore being in his presence, put you in the presence of God. So when you're in my presence, you're in the presence of God. But I am not God, I am God's son. My Father in heaven. My witness that testifies against you and testifies on my behalf as he set me apart. And the things that I say, the things I do from my heart, set me apart. How could anyone not believe me and instead believe the left or the right or the middle or the government or the military or the police? How could you believe these fools? Reminds me of that Mario song where he says, how could you talk about a female who's cheating on him? Okay, you know, it's like the whore that left the partner of her youth, the whore that rode the beast. How could you marry and have sex with these dogs? How could you turn your back on God? How could you act like these preachers and priests are right with God? How could you forget what is in the human consciousness, that I am God's son?